Flosstube. My name is and I am SamBrie Stitches here on Flosstube and Instagram. And today is another special edition of Interview with a Flosstuber.
Well, the Zoom recording messed up again, so let me introduce my special guest, Janet Jabber. I'm so excited to be able to interview you today. And you're always so positive in your videos, and I love all of your projects that you do. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A little nervous, but I'm doing good.
That is awesome. Don't be nervous. This is a lot of fun. It's just like a
I know, it's crazy. I do this every week, but I'm nervous.
Yeah. So the first question we'll start off with is, why did you start a Flosstube, and were there any particular motivations?
So I heard about Flosstube probably about a year before I started, and I didn't have a clue. I heard of the Priscilla and Chelsea thing when I was at a retreat. And then I kind of checked it out a little bit, and I thought, I can do that. And I have like real life stitching friends, but I just was like, you know, I could broaden the friendship circle that I have and go from there.
The Flosstube community is pretty amazing. It does help kind of broaden your circle quite a bit, and a lot of support too.
Yes. Yep.
So the next question is a subscriber question. They were looking for any of the Flosstubers that I interviewed to see if they had a blog. So do you have a blog?
I do, but it's poorly supported. So Janet Jabber at Blogspot is where I'm at. I honestly can't remember the last time. It was probably just pre-Flosstube to where I stopped doing them. Okay. I need to. I think it would be fun. There's need in both places.
Yeah. I realize it's probably a lot of work to try to balance, you know, you have a job and then you have the Flosstube and then trying to do a blog. So, yeah. All right. So the next question is, how did you learn to stitch, and how long have you been stitching?
So that's a two-part answer. I have been stitching the first one, and I actually have it here. So I was probably 20, and I ended up with this little kit.
Oh, that's so cute.
I got this wild back.
My back still look like that. That's okay.
So that was when I was probably about 19 or 20. And then fast forward a few years, I became a mom at the age of 28, and kids are boring. At least mine was. You know, the whole day, all they do is sleep, blah, blah. So my second one, I got into it when my daughter was born.
Oh, that's cute.
And this was, of course, a kit also. The thing that's unique to me about this is, at this point in my life, I was a carpenter at work. So the frame and everything was made by me, not just this. So
wow.
Kind of special. That still hangs in my house. It's cool.
That's pretty neat. That's actually really neat. I love pieces that have like memories and stuff attached to them. You know, if you bring them on trips, or if you make something, you know, special like that with the frame, that's neat.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what is your favorite project that you've stitched?
Okay, I have that also, and this is funny because like I think that changes a little bit as you go.
Yep.
But it's actually touching the autumn sky. There's a glare.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
It reminds me, my daughter is soon to turn 20, but it reminds me of her being like wild and carefree when she was younger, and I was stitching it at that time. So it's special, but it's funny when I was telling her that I had the questions, and she's like, well, that's the piece you stitched for me in my room. And it has like motivational sayings. It's a Lizzie Kate chart that was like 12 long.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny how like, this is my favorite because of her, but that's her favorite because of me doing it for her. So
different favorites. You can have more than one favorite.
I know, and it changes.
Yeah, mine does too. So what do you enjoy most about stitching?
That would probably be the actual sitting and stitching. It's very therapeutic for me to sit and stitch, and calming. I do enjoy kitting up. What I hate is starting projects. And it's funny because mania, really, but
yeah, right.
I freak out that I'm going to start it wrong and not have enough material or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, I went through that when I started my Lady of the Flag. It was like my first, you know, really big piece where it mattered what size fabric I had. So I had like my whole stitching group, you know, telling me measurements, and I brought it and I made them count the same way.
Well, until recently, I used to be a center starter on everything, and I was conversing with my sister, who I mention in my floss tubes all the time. My sister. But she was like, just go 2 inches down and do their start at the top. And I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that?
Yep, it's much easier, less stressful. So the next question is, what's your favorite genre of book or movie?
Oh, as far as a book, it would be young adults. I don't need heavy stuff to read. So romance, young adult. Julie from Kansas City in a Colorado World. Mm-hmm. I love her book talks at the end, and I like to stop and screenshot her stuff nonstop. So.
Yep. She does a very good section.
Yes.
The young adult tends to be, I think, popular with a lot of people that I've interviewed so far. Everybody likes like the young adult genre. So
every once in a while I throw in a classic because I feel like I still need to broaden my horizons in life, but
so that leads into what fictional place would you most like to go?
I had fun with this when you sent these questions. So, and I had to like brainstorm in regards to like, what was that show on Netflix? What was it? And then it's that, the Heart of Dixie. So the town is the make-believe Bluebell, Alabama. If you've never seen the series, you don't know, but it's like a little bit of prim and proper, but there's a little sassy of a bar down the road. And I was like, that'd just be perfect for me. Let me just let you have it all.
Fun. I don't have to check that out. So if you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
I think that this time has taught me many things. So, and it's several things in a day. I don't know that I'd want to focus just on one thing. So family time, stitching time, which brings me calm. Nature has been a huge settler of my soul right now. And your walks, yes, you know. You know, and that incorporates the self time. So family is very important to me, but I have to give to myself. Yep.
Yep, that's why I do a lot of my videos like outside, just the fresh air and helping everybody else see the outdoors. Yeah, definitely calming for sure. I haven't gone on walks in a while. I need to do that. Getting lazy. Do you have any other hobbies besides cross stitch?
Not really. Primarily, it's cross stitch. Every once in a while, I'll pop out a blanket or a quilt. I pretend I'm not a real quilter at all, but I like that little bit in here. I want to learn to knit. I mentioned that at the beginning of this whole pandemic. I was like, I should take some time to knit, but I haven't even taken time to watch the videos. I just need my cross stitching.
Yep. Yeah, cross stitching takes up a lot of time. I know. Don't you make bags too? Like your
I don't sell them. Those are for me.
Yeah. So.
I am not a prolific sewer in any means, so no.
Oh, that's okay as long as they work and hold your stuff.
For me, it's great, but I couldn't sell them.
Yeah. No. Me and my sewing machine, we've kind of broken up. I'm sewing. We'll see what happens. So the next question is, how would your friends describe you?
Do you remember that very first, there's a Flosstube tag, like know your needleworker tag. Mm-hmm. So before I did that one, I had asked a dear friend that had known me for a long time, and he just said that I was resilient, that no matter what life threw at me, I handled it. I asked another friend this time, and she was like, you're caring, compassionate, like, you know, you put family first, you are a stronghold. So that kind of encompasses it.
Yeah, you come across very caring and very sweet and kind in your video. So that's spot on with your friends. So how do you prefer to stitch? Like hoop, Qsnap, light, that kind of stuff?
Okay, so this is crazy. I actually stitch in hand now. Okay. Since Flosstube.
Oh, wow.
Prior to Flosstube, I was a Qsnap girl, and I even had the big one that it rolls and stuff. I don't use any of it right now. Now I'm not getting rid of it because you never know what life will throw at you. But right now I stitch everything in hand.
Wow.
And I have to have a magnifier and a light. Light is essential, but on some of those, I have to have. Or I wear the double glasses.
Yeah. A lot of people use the double glasses. These are readers, and I have to use them to see what I'm asking. And I use them for stitching too. Yeah. So what is your favorite place that you've traveled, and did you bring any stitching along with you?
So no, I didn't take stitching with me. I probably would now because I think that as you grow older, you just realize where stitching fit in my life as far as calmness. And even on a vacation, you need calmness.
Yeah.
So my favorite, this is a two-part. My daughter taking her to Disney World and watching a 4-year-old just come to life with the whole Disney World. Yep. But probably my most calming vacation is my husband and I jumped on a plane in Detroit, headed down to Florida. It was a 4-day, no plans, no nothing, and it was awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. Just kind of a last minute go.
Yeah.
Nice. So what can you not do without for your stitching? Your favorite go-to other than the basics that you absolutely have to, the fabric and the floss and stuff.
Well, the magnifier and the light. I can't stitch without those.
Me too. Me too.
And I'm a girl that likes to go back to my Aida. I mean, even we've an Aida girl. I do linen, but it's not my preferred. Mm-hmm. But I love my Aidas where I can just it's easier for me.
Yeah, that's all I stitch on is Aida. 100%, nothing else. So, yeah. So how do you decide on what you're going to work on next?
That's kind of just what calls to me, what I feel like. I go through and, pull out all my charts and see. I'm a seasonal stitcher, so once I decide if I'm going to start, right now it would be summer, fall, because we're in the time period, but I'll do the entire series. If I can't buy the whole series, I don't buy one. So
that's smart, because then maybe you can't find it down the line when you get to it. Yeah, I do the
same way with books.
Yeah, I do that same thing. I think the whole stitch whatever calls to you is kind of a consensus from a lot of people. There's not really anybody that has a methodical thing. So
now my Me Romania was brought on because I don't even know who I heard this from, but I have a collection of mirrors. I don't have an all-inclusive, but I did all the queens for this month of May, and they just been there. I mean, from probably when I was in my early 30s, and I was like, why? Even if all I do is get their hair on every single one of them, at least I touched them. So I was like, I'm tired of hoarding them. I'm gonna get them out.
Get them out and started. Yeah, they're gorgeous. Even the hair is gorgeous.
I know.
The mirrors, I never was into mirrors, and then all of a sudden I started collecting them. I don't know if I'll ever get to them, but they're gorgeous.
I know.
All right, so we're on to the last question, and I saved the best one for last. What is the best thing that has happened to you so far this year?
This is the hardest question, just so you know. Anyone that watches me, and if you haven't, come and check me out, but I usually am an upbeat, very positive person. That's just who I am. 2020 has really thrown me some loops. And again, today we got another one. So I asked my sister this question today. I'm like, how am I supposed to answer that and stay positive and how I am? She's like, tell everyone that RETM came back into production. The designer, I absolutely love her. She's put down new charts.
Yeah, that is true. That's a huge thing for sure.
But actually, even the quarantine has taught me some things. So it's not all been doom and gloom. One of the small things it's taught me is I'm not ready to retire yet. Soon, but not now.
Yeah, just the sitting around and not having a schedule, I'm already going crazy.
Yes, I don't drink my water like I'm supposed to because I'm not in a routine.
Yep.
I got to figure that out before I retire.
Yeah, it's messing everybody up for sure. For sure. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. This was a lot of fun to answer the questions. Everybody's gonna be super excited to learn more about you because your channel is pretty awesome. So hopefully they'll come and check you out. So
thank you.
So much. And we're gonna say bye to everybody on Flosstube.
Bye, Flosstube.